Thought I lost my way again, caught in all my sins. But a spark inside still glows, fire deep within. Every time the cold wind blows, I remember where I've been. Oh, I can't be broken, no, I won't fall down. Words are down unspoken, wear a victor's crown. Built on strength and spirit, standing tall and proud. Every setback I just hear it, rising from the crowd.
Used to chase the shadows, let the darkness lead. Lost in empty meadows, planting a bitter seed. But a light shone from above, showed me what I need. Found my purpose, found my love, planted a hopeful creed.
Oh, I can't be broken, no, I won't fall down. Words are loud unspoken, wear a victor's crown. Built on strength and spirit, standing tall and proud. Every setback I just hear it, rising from the crowd. Through the fire, through the rain, I will find my way. Breaking every single chain, brighter every day.
This heart of mine is resolute, won't let it fade away. From every challenge I bear through, come what may.
I can't be broken, no, I won't fall down. Words are down unspoken, wear a victor's crown. Built on strength and spirit, standing tall and proud. Every setback I just hear it, rising from the crowd.
Right.
Can't be broken.
You look like a rooster, bro.
Can't be broken. Watch
What
me
is
grow.
going on here?
Never give it up. Watch me grow. Can't be broken. Let it go.
Having a rough start to the day, y'all.
No doubt in my mind, I'm here because of you. Every step I take, every dream I pursue, a steady hand, a light that guides me through, making sense of all the things I do. Waves of surface, tender wakes unfold, mirrored like emblems, stories to be told. In every ripple, a strength I can hold, a future shining, precious as pure gold. When shadows fall and doubts begin to creep, your quiet strength, a promise I can keep. From every sorrow, lessons running deep, awakening the courage from its sleep. Waves of surface, tender wakes unfold, mirrored like emblems, stories to be told. In every ripple, a strength I can hold, a future shining, precious as pure gold.
wrote this song in December. I'm pausing it. And the main reason I wrote this song, this is one of the songs I wrote in December, because a woman made a promise that stayed here on this property. And she looked me straight in my face. She looked me straight in my eyes many times while she was sober-ish. Because I would catch her right after she woke up, and I would message and be like, hey, we need to talk. Because I knew that she'd be more clear-minded and she wouldn't be drunk or high on crack or weed. Which weed is medicine, but when abused and you use it just to party with your other addictions, it's a problem. And Deanna Legg took off because she had animosity towards John J.R. Harper. And because she felt guilty from all the shit she did while Dave has been locked up. But this is not the first time that Deanna Legg has done this. History has repeated itself. Her own sister told on her. Carrie Harper. Phone call, because first of all, when I wrote this song and my buddy John Daniel Hammond died December 18th, I dedicated this song to him and any veteran that's gone through addiction, and dedicated this to the ones that have lost their lives because of addiction. And that's not just veterans either, that's everybody. I have family members that have died from addiction. I have two cousins, one that died from alcohol withdrawals and one that died from a heroin overdose. And he was very, very gifted musician. Chris, I think his last name was Smith. Not 100%, but I think that's what it was. I don't talk to very many of my family because of my record. But what I'm getting on about it as far as this, I had a conversation with the Veterans Affairs office here in Bellefontaine. And all I said is, I want to tell you guys something. I absolutely think it's wrong for these veterans groups and these Veterans Affairs committees, or whatever you call them, will let a veteran that can prove that they've been in the military, they have the DD-214, but they won't help because of what it says as far as the discharge. So guess what, Veterans Affairs of Bellefontaine, Ohio? This guy is going to be an advocate for all veterans to get assistance, no matter if you got a dishonorable discharge, a general with honorable, it don't matter. There's 5 different ones. There's honorable, general with honorable mention, other than honorable, then you have misconduct, and then you have dishonorable. There's 5. Well, I have the one that's in the middle called the other than honorable. And because it's not general with honorable mentions, these veterans groups do not want to help me. Well, guess what, Veterans Affairs? Your military helped screw this guy up. But you guys don't want to help. No, Veterans Affairs wants to see an actual veteran that's been trying to get his shit together. They want to see him just be stupid and become the addict and still continue to be an addict. Because that's how their system is designed. So, instead of being stupid, I'm going to do what God created me to do. And that's show my heart where my head is at and use my intelligence. And what God has been telling me for the last almost 24 hours now, which is maybe 20 hours, is the only way I'm going to fix this situation is go get a job. And I was told by 2 different people that know each other because they work together. And they said that I probably could get that job. But this eviction hearing is in 2 days, y'all. And if I don't have $1,100 for this slumlord, Chad Van Voorhis, who is another Gil Myers. And if you are from my area, everybody knows who Gil Myers is. And he, thank God, some rich guy from California came to Bell Fountain and bought all of Gil Myers' shit properties. Thank God. And they have been cleaning up some of them, but they've been letting some of them go, which is pretty smart, because I've been in a lot of the Gil Myers properties and they're bad, really bad, because he didn't care. He's too worried about making his pockets rich instead of taking care of his properties. And then he would have got twice as much money for his properties, which is not rocket science. It's just simple math. I might have mental conditions, but this guy is very, very intelligent. And instead of being stupid and going to get high on something stupid, or going to get a drink when I'm almost 4 years sober, February 1st, which people think I'm lying. Well, guess what, y'all? I can't wait to have this polygraph done for my record, because guess what one of the questions is going to be? When is the last time you had a drink? Or is February 1st of 2022 the last time you had a drink? I guarantee I'm going to pass. For all those doubters and motivated haters. Yeah, there's an H in the motivator. But you know what? I'm going to keep practicing what I've been teaching. Instead of being stupid, I'm going to turn the music on that God helped me write for these moments. This song is directly for any addict that has lost their life to addiction. And it's called Stories to Be Told. You want to know why it's so important to me? Because the guy that I dedicated this song specifically to, he kept me alive. He didn't even go to church. He didn't do this, do that. He was dying from cirrhosis of the liver, y'all. And this man handed me his bank card after a fire next door shut down the electric for this property, and I had to use a generator. And John made sure I stayed alive. And I didn't be stupid. Because after that fire, I had one relapse on cocaine, and I told him why. And John said, while John was drunk, said, don't touch that shit again. I was like, wow. Why is this dude that's drunk on alcohol sitting there telling me not to go be stupid? Because you want to know why? God will talk to anybody to get our attention. There's a lot of people in my community think I'm crazy. Well, guess what? Jesus Christ was crazy, by the way. He was a radical. I'm not Jesus and don't ever want to be. He was a rebel. Not this perfect entity of what they portray, but you know what? If that's what's got to take for people to believe, then so be it. Make him a superhero. God's my superhero. And if he was the Son of God, we are all children of God. He was a perfect example of what? Light. That's it. And love. That's it. I can go on for 2 days about this subject, by the way, and I could pick apart that Bible very well, because it doesn't make sense, but it does. So, instead of being stupid, God is the best ever. You know that Jesus is a Greek word, right? You do know that. And it was actually Ezeus. So E-Z-E-U-S. E-Z-U-E-S. Do the spelling. That spells Ezeus. Right? And I hope you look this up. They're solid. Because it's very true. Somehow, the concept of Yeshua, Yahusha, whatever the Hebrews want to call him. Paul his name wasn't Paul. There's no Hebrew word named Paul. Not one. because I'm named after the guy, right? It's on my top of my channel. It says Paul Duh, as dubbed too. It don't matter. But the thing is that we don't know for sure how the stories came about. But you know what I understand the best is I understand God's energy. I will not say Jesus is God. I will not say Jesus is perfect. He was a perfect light example of love and light because that's what he taught. But was Jesus actually perfect in his actions? No, he wasn't. John chapter 2. I'm going to read it right now. John chapter 2. The wedding at Cana. And I relate to this story because I have lived it in a way. John chapter 2. 2 days later, there was a wedding in the town of Cana. Hold up. Put your eagle on, bro. John chapter 2. 2 days later, there was a wedding in the town of Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his followers were also invited to the wedding. When all the wine was gone, Jesus' mother said to him, "They have no more wine." Jesus answered, "Dear woman, why come to me? ? My time has not." Jesus answered his own mother, "Dear woman, why come to me? ? About the wine. Jesus says, my time has not yet come. Weirdos, get your minds out the gutter. His mother said to the servants. So Jesus told his own mother, I am not supposed to do this, mother. But his mother said to the servants, do whatever he tells you to do. In that place, there were 6 stone water jars that the Jews used in their washing ceremony. They're supposedly still there. Each jar held about 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to his servants, fill the jars with water. So they filled the jars to the top. Then he said to them, now take some out and give it to the master of the feast. So they took the water to the master. When he tasted it, the water had become wine. He did not know where the wine came from, but the servants who had brought the water knew. The master of the wedding called the bridegroom and said to him, people always serve the best wine first. Later, after the guests have been drinking a while, they served a cheaper wine, but you have saved the best wine till now. So in Cana of Galilee, Jesus did his first miracle. He got the whole place drunk. I'm confused. He wasn't supposed to do that. There he showed his glory. No. It was a magic trick so the people could get drunk. Now, of course, drunken people are going to believe whatever supposedly happened. Been there, done that, huh? But the point of what I'm getting at is that almost 6 years ago, I was selling weed in this town. And I saved up a bunch of money. And I went to my mother. And I said, I don't have a safe spot for this money. I need to put it up somewhere. And I influenced her into going against God and doing something that was wrong. And then over about 2024, I said she was a hypocrite on Facebook. Well, takes one to know one, first of all. I'm the king of the hypocrites. Because I have not lived up to my full potential of this life. But you know what? We're never going to be perfect. I don't care who, anybody, whatever you try to say, keep trying. Because I don't want to be perfect. It's boring. What challenge is in a perfect life? Nothing. So, I'm going to quit babbling and rambling because this dude needs to try to go get a job now, and maybe that will boost some help. Because if not, I'm not going to be on YouTube. I won't be able to do the things I need to do. And this is not working right now. We'll get it right here, maybe. That's weird. Internet is being a little difficult. Hold up, one timeout. This dude's gotta go to a recovery zone and go try to get a job. Why not? Why not? Social Security would take forever anyways to try to get, as far as I know. But I'm gonna go try to get that too. Why not? When stories to be told kind of gets some act right. This guy's trying to get some act right. It's gonna take some time. When you've been screwing up for 40 years, it's a little hard to get some act right because it just can't get right. Yo, what movie is that? Anybody know? Bro, can we play the song like now? Maybe. There we go. Instead of being stupid, turn the music on, as you know it helps. And get ready to go try to get a job, bro. If you can't hype yourself up, you can't be somebody else's friend, y'all.
Every dream I
Think about
it. Steady hand, a
Life that guides me through,
making sense of all the things I do. Waves of surface, tender weights unfold. Stories to be told. In every ripple, a strength I can hold. A future shining, precious as pure gold.
I wish YouTube would pay me.
When shadows fall and doubt,
You gotta pay for viewers and you gotta pay for views. It's
your
stupid.
quiet strength, a promise I can keep. From every sorrow, lessons running deep, awakening the courage from its sleep.
So by paying for views and paying for views, that means that YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, they've made it to where it's almost harder and impossible to go viral. That's narcissistic, y'all. Control.
A future shining, precious as pure gold.
Don't know you. I don't answer numbers I really don't know that well. Because hackers can hack your phone. If you don't know the number to a cell phone number that is calling you, do not answer it. If you do not know the numbers, do not press on links. These hackers are getting really, really good. And they can hack your phones by a phone call or a link. Just so y'all know. Stories to be told. My phone is hacked. My other one, this one. You wanna know how I know? Because I keep getting notifications from like Amazon of orders I had never done. I'm confused.
a story to
That's how I know my phone's hacked. I don't care. Nothing on it. And the one hacker that says he has photos of me, I was high on drugs, dude. 4 years ago. Who cares? Whatever picture you got, Legend of Hacks. I know you're watching. You bum. He's pissed off. There's another hacker that portrayed to be Snoop. Yeah, this one hacker scammer from Nigeria. He stole my identity. I owe the government 17 grand, don't know how. I'm confused. I gotta go, I got shit to do.